Hello everybody and welcome. Thank you for joining me and I hope you're having a good day. We are continuing our playthrough of Ultimate General American Revolution. We finished the last episode with me just moving troops into position. I did that off screen. And I'm pretty much ready for my assault on Fort Ticonderoga. I am just going ahead and I'm moving up the forces that we had stationed at Fort Montgomery. We're going to go ahead and have them join up with our forces here in Albany and Fort Saratoga. So that might take a day or so, and we'll let them rest. So we're probably about at least 2 or 3 days out from our assault on Fort Ticonderoga. But we'll see how things progress. We should have more than enough men to take the fort. I do have a pretty sufficient number of cannon. I have at least, 5 groups of cannon that we can bring in. So yeah, we're going to outnumber them, not by a whole lot. Probably about 1,400 men, I'm going to guess, and we got to move quickly because I don't want them being reinforced by the forces at Fort Frederick. The map did expand while I can't remember if it was actually while I was moving troops into position or if it happened before we left the last episode, but yeah, the map did expand, so we are starting to work against the clock. We do only have about 3 more weeks left so if Alexander's there, we're going to let him rest for an entire day. So we'll move out on the 10th, I believe, meet up with our forces at Fort Saratoga. Finances have stabilized slightly, but we are still losing quite a bit of money. We do have a project that completed. Believe at this point I probably do want to start working on wagons now that the supply stretchers are done, because we are starting to get close to the winter and we are going to need those wagons to support troops on the move, although I don't plan on doing too much troop movements because we do have quite a bit of time. We have 412 days, that's over a year, to actually capture Quebec and Montreal. It's actually past where the game actually allows us to go to at the moment, because we haven't quite got the expansion yet to include the 1776 campaign. So we do have some time before that happens, so we probably are going to bunker down more or less and try and get in a better spot before we move on north, and probably don't want to do too many winter campaigning, maybe just slightly, maybe try to take some of these forts, like Fort Frederick, maybe Fort St. John's, and sort of consolidate our forces. Maybe start connecting more of our supply lines. These are all things I'm thinking about doing, so maybe taking Fort Level, taking Hubbardton, and trying to connect all these supply lines. Because that's what we need right now if we want to complete the supply line around Boston, that is. But hopefully Boston will fall soon after Fort Ticonderoga, so it's going to be a moot point anyway. At least that's the plan. We don't have a time limit to capture Boston, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I still don't want to take forever capturing these forts, or Boston for that matter. I do want to try and crush this army that's over here. That's in both Boston and Salem. I also want to start getting my Navy a little more involved. We only still have the 2 ships. They're not even completely finished yet, and that's because I actually keep selling my textiles, which is actually something I believe I need to actually finish these. So I want to keep that in mind going forward. Alright, so it is now the 11th. So we are going to go ahead and move out this army. We'll select them all. We'll leave the garrison. We're all just going to go ahead and move them forward. Probably let them rest another day. I'm not going to move these troops out of Fort Bennington because I don't want them slipping any troops down this way. So I want to keep a good eye on that. It looks like they've stopped moving troops through these areas. I did actually fight another small engagement. So we'll go ahead and move out on the 13th, I think. Let them all get back up to full conditioning. We don't have a long way to go, but I also don't want to overextend too quickly and let the conditioning start the battle of Fort Ticonderoga under bad conditioning. So I'll probably have my forces stop right about at the border there. Oh well, we got quite a bit of a donation, so that works. I don't think 2 furs is worth messing up any tensions. So let's go ahead. We're gonna get some of these guys out. We're gonna form them into a brigade, and then we're gonna take the other guys and do the same thing once they all form up. Not sure why Brown there is not forming into that brigade just yet. Can he not form up? Okay, there we go. These all in a brigade. God, we wasted almost a whole day just trying to form all these men up into brigades. It's alright, we're not wasting too much conditioning. They're not joining up as quickly as they would if they were in a... Or their conditioning isn't replenishing as much as they would if they were in the building, but they didn't lose that much anyway. So I think what we'll do, like I said, I'll move these guys up onto the border there. Let them rest, and then we'll begin our assault. And it looks like they're doing something. Yeah, they are marching out to meet us, which actually works for me. He did stop, so I'm not sure what's going on here. So let's go ahead and commit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the assault. I'm not sure, seeing as we're not actually attacking the fort, if it's going to include the fort. It does include the forces in the fort, but not really sure. I'm not really sure, yeah, if it's going to include the fort itself, because they marched out, they sallied forth to meet us, so let's go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so it does in fact include the fort, which is fine. That's fine, I'm not too worried about that. We're going to definitely see what happens. They probably launched an assault with their first group here. As you can see, it's a much larger fort. This is going to take a lot to try and crush the British here. And of course it's raining too. I don't think we've had a single battle for one of these forts that it has not been raining. Alright, so first things first, while I get my troops into position, let me move my skirmishers forward, try and slow down the advance of any of their units that marched out to us. That way I can sort of get my cannon and the rest of my troops into position, because like I said, that's going to be the first part of this battle. I'm assuming is just trying to take care of those forces that marched out of the fort at us. And I believe this is the last cannon, so we'll just put him here for now while we deal with that first assault. Let's move some troops over here. Let's move them over here as well. So we also want to start thinking about spreading out some of these guys. Can we combine? Yeah, let's go ahead and make a big unit with those guys. And when those two combine, we'll send them that way as well, and then we'll just put these three over here for now. Alright, let's play and start seeing what happens. Where is my general? He's all the way. Come on. Let's move Benedict Arnold forward. We do also have these three as well, these larger units. they're actually moving all their troops out to come and face us. Let's get some shots onto their flank immediately. And why are you guys heading forward? No, get back. So I'm not exactly sure why they're leaving the comfort of their own fort to come out and meet us, but I'm also not going to complain. Does seem like a pretty bold strategy by them, and probably one that could work for our advantage, because we definitely have more manpower than they do. Like, I definitely feel like we definitely have more, like, troops on the field, which should allow us to, and not just troops on the field, but actually, like, individual units, which should hopefully allow us to get in behind their flanks a lot, and hopefully put a lot of pressure on them. Seeing as that, yeah, the only thing they seem to have left in the fort is the cannon. So we're going to slow things down a little bit here as we start to maneuver around a lot of these British units. Some of our skirmishers have been beaten back. We'll start wrapping around with some of these skirmisher units. Put these guys in reserve slightly. Move these guys to a reserve position as well. Alright. So they put up a lot of forces onto our left flank here. Alright, let's deny our flank. Slow down a little. Looks like they have a unit over here. It's not quite popping up. Alright, let's move our skirmishers back. Maybe they don't need to. Let's just move them out of there. I guess we can speed things up slightly. Alright, let's get our skirmishers out of there now that our main forces have approached. Let's get Arnold up there some more. Alright, so we're starting to wrap around this flank here. Let's extend. Let's get up on their flank with our skirmishers over here. Plug that gap right there. Alright, let's get up and around with these skirmishers. Let's do the same thing with these ones over here. See if we can't get up onto their flank. They've completely broken, unfortunately. So they have quite a bit of cannons to the left of the fort. Let's get Arnold over here. That's where a lot of the battle is happening, so. That other group of skirmishers, they're still on their way. That unit's literally standing in front of the cannon. Let's actually put some of our cannon right into this hole. And where this guy is, actually let's ship this guy this way. And let's move our other two cannon up into this position. So they had some skirmishers out here as well. Let's push forward with our men, which is bringing up some more skirmishers. These guys have recovered. So let's move him up to support the artillery a little bit more. How are we doing on this flank? Okay, it looks like we're starting to break the British slightly on this flank. Let's actually bring this guy over for more reserves. Let's start wrapping some more of these guys around. It looks like they're trying to get up on our flank with some of these units over here. Let's turn these skirmishers and face them off. This unit has recovered. It looks like it got beat back, so actually let's wait for his morale to recover a little bit more, and let's move this unit into position to take his spot. Lost one of our units over here. I don't know if I like the way he's retreating though. We lost another unit here. Now that we've moved the artillery up a little bit more, I think it should work out in our favor a little better. Let's get these guys in the woods a little bit more. Let's move this guy over to provide a little bit more covering fire for the artillery in case it gets rushed. Not sure why this artillery is moving back. Not sure. We're in a pretty good spot if we want. Oh, I don't know. Their artillery is now backing up this unit over here. We're gonna have to probably march out of these woods now. Interesting, this unit is now all the way over here. Makes me kind of want to just see if they can sneak into the fort, but I don't know if they'd really do too much good. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get them. You know what, let's get them up onto this wall and see if we can't hit this unit, because I'm worried about them. Let's just have them support this unit actually. Let's retreat him. Alright, let's take a survey of the battlefield. This left flank is still struggling. That unit's completely routed. They haven't taken that many casualties. How are you all completely breaking? I'm pretty sure they can't come back now with that flag. Alright, let's move you guys down. Just keep holding that flank. Maybe they can come back. They have completely sort of slowed. No, they're still routing. So they've left the fort. See that these walls are getting in our way of being able to get up and wrap around them. Let's see if they can't hit that unit as they come out of the woods there. Alright, let's have him. Our middle is starting to get pushed. I'm not sure where you're going, but let's go ahead and get you up onto the flank. How's your morale doing? You're doing pretty good, so let's get you back up into the fight. Where are you all going? Alright, they're countering, so get back into your positions there. Alright, we broke that unit. Let's slam into their rear now. We have a good spot. Move that unit up to deny their flank, or deny our flank on this side, see how they're countering. See if we can't get these guys up there pretty quickly. See if we can't use that artillery just to shatter them right there. Alright, you recovered enough. Let's see if we can't get you all up as well. Let's move you forward. Now we're retreating. Our left is still a bit of a struggle for us. But if we can break their right and get into the fort, I think it's a game over situation for them. Let's charge in a few of these units. See if we can't overwhelm them a bit. Alright, we got one of their units to surrender. And slow down again. Our left is still struggling quite a bit. Oh, and Arnold's out here. What are you doing out there? Get out of there, Arnold. Alright, I want you completely out of the situation, so we'll move you all the way out this way. We're slowly breaking their right. No, not you. I don't want to move you. Let's keep swinging these guys around. Move up some of the cannon a little. Let's form these guys up into one unit, seeing as they're slightly weakened. Like I said, I'm really trying to keep our left flank in order over there, but I might have to move these guys up to hit that unit. I'm not sure what they're doing. I don't want them hitting into my flank over here. Alright, let's pause over here. I think we have an opportunity to sort of overwhelm some of these units that are walking in. Actually, don't charge, just put some volleys into them. Let's keep swinging around. Okay, that skirmisher unit's completely shattered. They're probably not going to last too much longer. Move some of these guys forward. Alright, now that you guys have all joined together, let's get you forward again too. Alright, let's sort this out. How are you guys doing? Your rows are covered, I think, enough. Let's get you forward. Get them on their flanks. Looks like they might be charging in. see if we can't break this flank. And with these guys over here, see if we can't just overwhelm them with numbers at this point. Oh wow, so they got completely beaten back actually. Well, these guys didn't even charge in. They're getting beat up. Wow. That was a bad move actually. I thought I could overwhelm them with some numbers, but apparently not. Looks like we might have done just that here though. Oh, we got another one to surrender. Got another one to surrender. Alright, let's try getting into the fort. Maybe that'll break the British, because really that's what we're looking for at this point. So we gotta figure out a way to break the British. Let's see if we can't break that unit. I shouldn't have done anything. Get in there. Alright, they're breaking as well. We gotta start trying to break some of these artillery units. Wish I could see what some of these units are that are shattering. Alright, we got them to break. Let's see, we gotta protect our artillery over here. They're completely routing. Slowly, it looks like we're finally beating them. They're pretty much down to nothing but artillery at this point. Another one of my units broke though. Another one of my units broke. Alright, let's start seeing if we can get some of these guys to form back up, maybe gain some morale back, some conditioning, beat back their infantry. It's insane how strong the gunners are in this game. I know other people have mentioned it, I'm gonna mention it. It's almost stupid how strong some of the gunners are. Alright, let's bring back some of these guys. Let's reconsolidate our forces. Because our assault is not going to plan. This has turned into a complete cluster at this point of all the units that are broken. I have captured several of their units though. Wow, this guy's still out here holding on to a good fight. Alright, we might be better off trying to reform some of these units into stronger units. Not sure what I'm going to be able to do with this one here. Maybe just send him back a little. Looks like that British unit's coming after him though. Alright, let's get those two to form up into a bigger unit. Let's get these two to form up into a bigger unit. And we'll get these two to form up into a bigger unit. These guys are all just running around out there. Can't believe the British actually have not just surrendered and moved off the field. And one infantry unit we got to be aware of, though, because they should be making their way back down. I think the conditioning's recovered enough. Let's just try and get in there. I guess we should probably stop firing the cannon. I'm not sure who's routing who. Okay, it looks like we're routing them. Good. Alright, let's get in there and try and nail that last artillery unit. They're taking positions up on the walls. Looked like we're going to win this battle. I'd be shocked at this point if we're... Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's charge into him. It was a costly victory, but a victory nonetheless. Alright, not fire into our own men. How about that? Alright, we're gonna go back to the global map. So yeah, we lost about 15... we only have about 1,500 of our 3,800 men left. The British have about 400 men, but they lost practically all of their artillery. They're missing... So, okay, so they have probably about 200 to 300 men left. So yeah, costly victory for Fort Ticonderoga. Yeah, we're not left with much. I would be shocked to see how much we actually have left. We should have all of our guns at least. I don't think we really lost any artillery. We actually got a brig, USS Croquet. Marblehead, doesn't say where. Okay, so it came up here. So that's okay. That works out. Let's give them willpower, and we'll give them boarding actions. Actually, for this one, it's a brig. It's only 18 guns. I don't think we're going to be using them to board all that much, so let's give them gunnery. Anywho, let's see what we have left. Not a whole lot. But thankfully, we didn't lose any whole regiment, so it's just really going to be a matter of getting these guys back up to full strength. Merchants of Rhode Island, raise some money. That's always appreciated. And we're actually going to move these guys, let's move these guys back to Fort Saratoga. So yeah, costly victory leaves us with almost nothing to attack Fort Frederick, which, if we're being honest, really wasn't part of the plan anyway. So I'm not too worried about not being able to take Fort Frederick. As the day passes, we should get the victory for Fort Ticonderoga pairing. Let's go ahead and garrison the fort here. Let's go ahead and put Arnold in the fort. So Arnold and the Green Mountain Boys took Fort Ticonderoga in a bloody battle, which compared to the actual historical truth of the matter, it was quite the opposite outcome. Really, I believe, if I remember the story, only one man even got injured. The British just surrendered. They capitulated in the middle of the night because they just stormed the fort. Pretty much uncontested. So we get our 20 prestige. We also get 11 12-pound field guns. I thought you only get 6-pound guns when you do this, but I guess not. So I think we're going to definitely be upgrading some men here. Let's get Arnold in the garrison. Come on, get in there. So hopefully these men will start getting back up to full strength here. So we did lose some individual regiments, like this man lost. He lost one of his militia regiments. But that was it. We only lost the one militia regiment out of all the of everybody who was fighting in that battle. Everybody came back. They're just severely depleted. So what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and make these two areas priorities to try and get, I guess, troops into these areas. We did where was it? I know Albany. We definitely So what I think I'll do, I'm gonna move these two out of the fort and probably move them to Albany to start reconditioning efforts. So that's that. We got the fort. We are gonna come up here. We got 6 days left to Continental Army. After that, we're actually gonna go ahead and do the Navy Department and get our Navy. Because I actually found out what you can actually do is decommission your Navy and actually move them down. We actually have a small fort up here. I think there's no way we could always try sailing them down, but I think the best way is actually just going to be to delete them and let them have Castine. We'll get the officer, and we'll get all those muskets and everything as well. And now that the map's opened up as well, we really probably might even think about abandoning Falmouth and just moving these guys to Portsmouth and try to use them for our final assault on Boston when it comes down to it. And yeah, that might be what we end up doing. So our Navy's grown. We have 6 ships total, but like I said, they're split up at the moment. So we have the 3 cutters down here, and then we have the 2 these were 7th rates or 6th rates, and then the 7th rate brig. So like I said, pretty spread out. Hopefully, though, like I said, when you get to the Navy Department, you can actually decommission these ships and actually recommission them in another location. So what we could do is move them all down to like New Haven and protect our fleet here at New Haven. So they have 4, and in the Sound here, they have 4 ships for 174 guns. All of our ships combined are, so we got 78 guns here. So they still outnumber us significantly. Alright. So hopefully these guys will start remanning. We'll leave the forts guarded. Well, I might leave 1 unit that has artillery, and so I might like move out these 2 units. 2 of these units, sort of. I think what I'll also do, just to help try and get some of these guys up here. Where is New York? I think what I'll do is actually have them refocus on some recruiting efforts. That way we can hopefully try and, like I said, get these guys back up to full strength here relatively quickly. Alright, so now we've advanced slightly. We now have unlocked the Continental Army. So yeah, we actually have the ability now to actually recruit regular army folk, which is going to be good. So let's actually take a look, because I know one of the things you can actually do is upgrade. So I think what we can do, I'm trying to remember how you do it. Is it like this? No, that's just renaming. Actually cannot remember. I know there was a way to do it. Maybe they've changed that? We're actually low on Spanish 55s. Did not know that. We need one Charleville. This one says it's at 120. I'm not sure. That's annoying. Hold on. Let's buy ourselves a Charleville. Maybe a couple Spanish 55s. We actually have a lot of Brown Besses as well. Let's actually buy what we can with the Brown Besses. Yeah, I really cannot remember how you're supposed to. Let's actually apply those. How you upgrade them. Because I know there's a way. There has to be a way. But yeah, we can actually recruit now an infantry unit, which we might want to go ahead and do. Maybe. Might delete one of these units. That's the other thing. We got to remember to move one of these units back down. I want the other one. Where did the other guy go? This guy. Brown. We do need to move one of these guys back down to Fort Montgomery, because I do want to position all of our men in forts. I do like that idea of just manning all the forts that we own just to secure those areas. Maybe unnecessary, but I still want to do it. Slowly but surely these guys are coming back to full strength, but like I said, I am going to only leave. What I might actually do, this guy's been pretty beat up. Let's go ahead and delete this one. Actually, no. Yeah, this is the Yeah, let's delete this guy. Because that's just one of our militia units. And then again, I'm trying to remember how you upgrade these guys to a regular army unit. Oh, this is it right here. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. So we can do that. We might only do that once because it is going to cost some money to do that. And let's actually wait till they get back. So let's not do that yet. But that is something we will do here shortly with some of our units. We want us to keep a backbone of militia. And, I mean, what we could do is go ahead and upgrade these guys. Actually, we can at the moment. So I guess it's just these guys are technically already considered Fusiliers. I'm not really sure how that all works. So now that we have upgraded, like I said, I am going to go ahead and assign the Navy Department as our next thing we're going to focus on. And then probably after the Navy Department, we're probably going to focus in on Dragoons, because it is about to be time where we're going to start getting some cavalry to support us. Like I said, we aren't going to leave Benedict Arnold with much up here. We are going to take some of these units. Might even go ahead, take Guy out here. Might have to actually have him start moving back to Hartford. Let's take a look. Yeah, we are going to keep Fort Saratoga manned. We'll keep him back there. And you know what? We're also going to go ahead and move these guys out as well. And have them start moving back to Hartford. And really start getting these guys going and hopefully get them moving towards. And like I said, we'll keep these 2 units in Fort Ticonderoga. And then the last thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to start forming up a brand new regular army unit. And what I think we'll do is we're going to make sure, so we're going to take this 1 unit that's slightly depleted, see how they have, what we're going to do. Let's start giving all these guys civilian muskets. Because I really want to make sure my Fusiliers themselves, like the regular Continental Army. Well, what happened to the other officer I had? I had 2 of them there a minute ago, didn't I not? This guy actually is pretty terrible. Let's actually put this guy in charge. Yeah, that actually helped a lot because that actually took a few days off. So that helped a lot, but I could have sworn, didn't I? That's really annoying because I could have sworn I had an officer already in there. So let's go ahead, we're going to start building out these guys. No, we don't want both of them brown besses because we only have 150. Give them Charleville's. And we can equip 2 with Spanish 55s. Spanish 55s. We'll put an artillery unit in. Let's go ahead and equip those 12-pound field guns. That's awesome. And I think we will go ahead and have a supply stretcher unit added to this as well. So there we go. We're building out our very first Continental force. And they will join the regulars there. And then we're going to slowly start migrating all the rest of these guys down, and they're all going to join up for the assault on Boston. So let's just take a quick gander at what we're up against in Boston. Let's take a look at what Boston and Salem have for us. So Boston has 5,800 men. And what does Salem have? So we're up against about pretty much 8,000 men between the 2 of them. So it will probably be all hands on deck for the most part. We're going to have to keep these forces in the valley. I don't want the British slipping by and taking back some of their territories from us. So that is something we are going to have to keep an eye on. But hopefully we will start to see, like I said, I plan on probably abandoning Falmouth at some point. At least putting them up with their garrison over here in Portsmouth. Can't really take any of these forces off of our forts. At least I don't really want to, because I don't want the British slipping by with anything. I could always pull some of these troops out of Bennington, because we do have a pretty good size group of militia over here that we could always deploy into Bennington. Let's go ahead and boot Bandit down. We still have several days out on all of these. We got nothing coming up. The closest would be, of course, the Navy Department, in which we will bring our Navy down. I'm thinking we'll probably just put them in Newport. Yeah, they don't actually have a ton of guns, actually, in Newport. So war is broken out between France and Britain. I wish that would have some sort of effect, like you won't see as many troops or something coming this way. So a lot of these forces are already almost here. But we do have to make this quick, because we are almost out of the summer. And I know some things start happening in the fall, like the British start sending invasion fleets. Alright, Brown has reached, so let's get him in garrison. But yeah, the British tend to start sending like invasion fleets down to affect us and things of that nature, so that does start happening in the fall, from what I understand. So we want to be mindful and not let the British hamper us by that. And I know a lot of times they do try and send the invasion fleets onto the plains here. So we did get another donation that's helping out, because we are, of course, still taking some financial burdens here. So that's another reason I don't want to spend too much time rebuilding some of these men down here. I think, yeah, Guy is the one that we're actually going to have to bring in another Minuteman unit. So it looks like we actually, for that supply stretcher unit, we actually need more wagons. I'm not really sure how many more. It looks like we probably just need one. So we'll just add one at a time. And also saying we don't have enough Charleville for one of those units I just created. So let's see, it's, that's weird. It says we have 120 men in each one, but it's also saying we're missing some Charlevilles. So let's go up to the marketplace. We'll buy another wagon. Anything we can sell? We do have a fur we can sell. We actually have quite a stockpile of ammunition. Let's bring it down to 50. That actually gives us a nice big chunk where we have a nice stockpile of provisions. We did finally finish that ship, so we can sell these textiles. Resource-wise, we are starting to really stockpile a lot of things, especially construction materials. Things did start slowing down. Let me see, in terms of what I was building, I don't think there's anything, because I'm really focusing in on what I can build to, yeah, they don't have, I'm really focusing, sorry, what I can build to actually get some money coming my way. I don't want to build. I could build a fur trader house. It's going to take 148 days here in Bennington, but we might as well get that going. So yeah, not much I can build. Most of these places, Weaver's house, can they build a fur trader? No, they cannot. They can build a stable. We could always sell horses, so might as well get a stable going there. Might as well get these guys into the garrison. We have room for another army. We should probably go ahead and build out another force here. Maybe another regular army force, just because we can make, oh, we don't have any officers because that one officer just up and disappeared on me. Still not sure what happened to him. But let's take stock what we have down here. We have 1,400 men. We have about 1,000 here. We have 1,400 men over here, and we have another roughly 1,000 here. So we only have about 4,800 men to attack Boston and Salem. Now, granted, we have another 1,000 here. We could always bring up some of these forces that are on our flanks. Bennington, once these guys are up on full strength, that'll give us about another 1,000, but they are just going to be a militia. Now, we can, after maybe the Navy Department, maybe we can focus in on getting a few more officers so we can hire on maybe one more. And then, of course, we also have another about 1,300 men up here as well that we can bring down. So it's going to be close, but I think we possibly could make it quite a battle. It's going to be a battle, but that's for sure, for Boston here, and probably an episode or two. But it is going to take some time that we don't have at the moment, because this episode has gone on pretty long. We're approaching an hour at this point, maybe even over an hour at this point. But I do appreciate you all for watching. And yeah, we did take Fort Ticonderoga in this episode, even though it was the bloodiest affair so far. We could also pull that force out of Fort Saratoga and maybe just help out. New York loyalties are pretty bad, but we do need the money. We're down to $800. It's only going to give us 2 points back, but we'll lose 6 if we let them go. I think we're going to have to let them go. And we're probably just going to have to look at selling some of our resources. So let's just do that to try and gain back. We'll just go down to 15 on everything. We did stockpile a lot. It has been some time since I've had to sell anything, so that's always good. And we're still not building guns yet, so we can go ahead and sell all the copper. So yeah, that put us back into a good position, and we could always sell some more textiles, and we still don't have any furs in our coffers, so but we could sell some textiles if we wanted to. We'll hold on for now because we did bring it all back. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. And yeah, we will catch you on the next one. As always. Well, bye.